Morning, Steve Free in Chicago with the morning grain comments. Got a mixed trade in grains overnight with beans a little bit higher, corn a little bit lower, and wheat about unchanged. Beans are trading off the overnight highs. As far as news is concerned, I think first of all, South American weather over the next 30 days, we would expect about 40% of Brazil, maybe 30% seeing less than normal rains in the south and northeast Bahia. Argentina, probably 50 to 60% of the area will see less than normal rains over the next 30 days, but in the next week, Argentina could see some rains across most of the areas. As far as the USDA report tomorrow, I expect a volatile reaction to it. USDA should lower South American crops. They should show a lower U.S. corn and soybean carryout and lower world corn and soybean carryouts, and also a little bit higher U.S. 2021 winter wheat acres versus last year. Expect a volatile reaction to whatever the USDA says one way or the other, with the funds long a record amount of grain, index funds long a record amount of grains, and commercial short a record amount of grains. We are seeing some rebalancing by the index funds, which they take money out of markets that made money in 2020 and put them in markets that are maybe on the low side of price or near the historical lows. As far as the other news, we'll be watching pretty closely the events in Washington this week. We'll also be watching the weather in South America. We'll be watching the vaccine versus the virus, and anything that deals with China, because China's the number one buyer of raw materials. We hope that the vaccine down the road will allow people to get back to normal here, which should help the economy, which should help the demand for raw materials, especially on the energy side and the food side. On January 13th, we'll have our first ADMIS webcast for a broker meeting. ADM CFO will give an outlook on ADM for 2021, and ADMIS's president will give an outlook for ADMIS in 2021. I think this is a critical webcast for you to listen to the outlook and prepare your customers to manage risk in 2021. As always, these are my thoughts and not those of ADM Investor Services. Have a safe and profitable trading day. And remember, always treat people like you yourself would like to be treated.